It's Bourbon Night, it's a flight fight, it's a semi-final flight fight. Hello, I'm Chad.
Hello, I'm Sarah.
So many things, Sarah.
Yeah.
Because this is the fourth of our semi-finals. After this one, Sarah,
We're going to the finals.
we're going to the finals. We're going to the big dance.
Of what, Chad? You haven't said what?
The 64 bourbons under $30. Great Scott. I don't know, I just had a Doc Brown moment there with that. 64 bourbons under $30. 1.21 gigawatts.
I don't even know what to say. I feel like you're up here and I'm down here right now.
Let's meet in the middle.
I would love to.
Okay, Sarah, let's remind everyone of how these four winners got here.
All right. In a flight between Very Old Barton, J.T.S. Brown, Old Bardstown, and Redemption High Rye, J.T.S. Brown Bottled and Bond won.
In a flight between Heaven Hill, Old Bardstown, Elijah Craig Small Batch, and Jim Beam Bonded, Elijah Craig Small Batch brought home the win.
In a flight between Jefferson Small Batch, Larceny, O.Z. Tyler, and Jim Beam, Larceny came out on top.
And in a flight between Jim Beam Black, Knob Creek Small Batch, Maker's Mark, and Zachariah Harris, Knob Creek Small Batch was the winner. Okay, so that's how we got to where we are now. Now, we already named off the winners, but just to recap, Sarah, what's in this flight?
In the semifinals, flight number 4, we have J.T.S. Brown Bottled and Bond at 100 proof, Elijah Craig Small Batch at 94 proof, Larceny at 92 proof, and Knob Creek Small Batch at 100 proof.
Okay.
In case you forgot what we just said.
That's a recap.
But just so you can see them all their beautiful faces together.
I like this flight, and it's another one that I'm glad that we agreed on all the ones that...
I know.
Now, so far, heading to the finals, so far it's all but one. We differed on one.
Oh.
Will this one be another differing, or will we end up with the same? I don't know, but
Only time will tell.
I want to find out.
All
So,
right.
Bourbonnais.
Ooh, I like that.
Sugary and caramely and sweet.
So brown sugary.
Oh, very desserty.
Yeah, and like a milk chocolate note. Very desserty, like you
This is
said.
nice. Cinnamon and sugar. It's like a powerful cereal that I would enjoy. I don't know.
Are you eating the cereal dessert? Like, are you one of those people that eats the most chocolatey, sweetest cereals and they're like, but it's for breakfast?
Not anymore. As a kid, yeah. Well, no, my mom wouldn't let me all the time, but when I could. Simultaneous
I mean, okay, so for under $30, like, I feel like this has, so far, like a medium-ish finish, which is nice. Some pretty rich flavor.
Yeah.
I'm
getting like some syrup.
little, yeah.
It seems to have
Sweetness, a little char,
it's already going down here.
a tiny bit of nuttiness.
Yes.
We got a lot of sweet on the nose, but I feel like it's really nicely balanced by like a little earthiness and a little nuttiness, and then that char.
Yeah.
I think that kind of balances out the sweetness. I like it. I will say though,
Definitely getting that char. That's good.
it's interesting because we just did our best of 2019. So drinking stuff that was more like limited edition or, barrel proof. A lot of it was barrel proof stuff.
Back to reality.
It's interesting to come back to this level and still feel this way about this. So I like that we have range. Ooh, that has kind of like a
different sweetness.
toffee, maybe some orange zest.
Yeah, there's some zestiness in there.
A hint of clove, perhaps.
I see your clove. Some cereal note. There's like a cereal. There's a little bit of a grain note in there.
Maybe butterscotch? I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there that I'm picking up. But
this one's also kind of sweet and desserty.
it is kind of, yeah.
As well.
Ooh, zip.
This one's a little darker. A little more milk chocolate.
It's got a little more oomph. Strangely, I also get a bit of nutty on this one, but it's different.
But it's on the finish.
It's on the finish.
And it's more like a deeper, it's like a walnut or cashew.
Cashew, I was going to say cashew.
Yeah.
Become very acquainted with a bowl of mixed nuts.
I feel
Probably
like
not something you should say on the internet.
We're a bowl of mixed nuts.
Yeah, it's true. No, it has some layers. There's some fruitiness, some sweetness.
It is darker though.
It's
Don't
darker.
you think? Yeah.
I think it may be a higher proof, perhaps. Well, let's see. What do we?
No.
No, you don't think so?
We got two 100 proofers.
I think it might be one of the 100 proofers, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I think you're right about that.
A 94 and a 92. So
Yes.
there's a tiny divide.
There is a tiny
Just a
divide.
tiny.
Actually, this flight worked out pretty well with its proof.
Still a little bit of that char coming through on this one too, though, I think.
Oh, there's like a dark cherry. Second
Yeah,
sip
there's like a bit of fruitiness
on the
in
finish, but it's also, I think it's like more like a dark chocolate covered cherry.
there. Huh. I'm having a bit.
Of trouble getting a nose.
A bit of a trouble.
Same.
Yeah, nothing's really jumping out. On this one, it's more subdued.
Yeah, subdued. There, some slight perfume is what I'm getting.
A little hint of floral. Sometimes I have an easier time with the nose after I've had my first sip.
Yeah, let's do that.
I don't know if it opens up. I don't know what it does. I feel like this is the thinnest one that we've had so far, and maybe a little harsh. Not much, but a touch.
I think this one is suffering from the fact that it followed what I believe are 2 higher proof bourbons before it.
You may be right. The finish isn't as strong. It goes a little, there just isn't that depth there. But I think you're right. It may suffer from following A and B, which is I think why it's so important, why we mix and match them
later
on.
Oh, no, second sip, you're acclimated to it and you actually start to get the flavors.
Yeah.
I feel like the proof isn't there, but I am starting to get a building heat on the tongue now.
Going back to
the
nose,
caramel, pretty typical.
This is going to be weird, but have you ever had a vanilla Tootsie Roll?
No.
Okay. Well, it's an abomination.
Okay, well, correct.
I'm just kidding. But this smells like a vanilla Tootsie Roll.
I get a vanilla extract.
Like not real vanilla bean.
The smell is what I get if I eat a vanilla jelly bean.
So that's kind of the thing I'm going with the Tootsie Roll, though. Like that candy vanilla flavor.
Yeah, totally.
At this point, I'm like, meh. Oh, I like that.
These have all been pretty sweet tonight.
They have been.
This one is your typical caramel vanilla.
So caramel vanilla.
Yeah. But I like
I almost
it.
had it. Oh, I almost had it. What was that? Nope, it's gone. It'll come to me.
I mean, it's a little floral like the last one. I just kind of get like potpourri sort of.
Coconut. I'm like, what is it? What is it? All
right, coconut. Now we can drink. Oh, classic.
But also.
Oh, but then it goes a little.
Coconut.
Actually, yeah.
It kind of does. I wonder, though, if that's top of mind for me, because we had an ice cream with coconut in it recently, but it had coconut, almonds, and chocolate, and I feel like that's why I was thinking that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this tastes like something I just had.
I can see some light milk chocolate. I can definitely see that coconut.
I can see almond.
I can see almond because there is a nuttiness. A coconut is a nut.
In a way,
sort
I
of,
suppose.
Yeah, sure. It's got it in its name. Of these others, I feel like it's the one that did the whoo kind of the most.
It did give you a little like.
It was more like bright and up front in the beginning, and then went kind of but just kidding. I'm gonna go like kind of dark and a little spicy,
a little mysterious.
Mysterious, yeah.
I'm gonna ghost you for a couple days. Gonna come back and see how you're doing after you've gotten over me. Whatever.
Yeah.
So this bourbon would be a lady. No, I'm just kidding.
More than likely. No, but it's that.
This is, I think, the oiliest one.
It is
oiliest. Oiliest.
Vanilla bean, specifically bean, because of that kind of texture and family that I would feel like kind of goes more along with like coconut and some other type of unidentified nut.
So real ingredients.
Real.
Not that any of those things are in here, but it has those real flavors.
That's what it's bringing to mind.
Me too. Okay.
Well, we've gone through them once. We go through them twice. Things can always change around too, and they always do. But before we go into that, we want to tell you about whiskyambitions.com. It's where you can get the glasses that we are drinking out of tonight. Including our water glasses, t-shirts, challenge coins, and more always coming soon. That's whiskyambitions.com.
You can become a patron at patreon.com/itsbourbonnight for as little as $1 a month and join our community and conversation. We do patron-only podcasts, we do polls, we do other things that start with the letter P. I'm just kidding. But yeah, you kind of get an inside scoop, first crack at meetups, first crack at whenever we do barrel picks, and it's the only place you can choose your challenge coin number.
Participations,
which is kind of like polls.
I was going to say conversations.
I'm a really big fan of alliteration, so we've got Patreon, we've got podcasts, polls, and...
Participation. All right, cool. Glad we solved that. All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to probably go sit down for about 20. We're going to be back.
Simmer down.
We're going to cover these up, come back, and try them again. See you then. Okay, and we're back. We've reset our palates.
Have you, though?
But not our speaking.
No.
Not our words.
Not our words.
Round 2 with Bourbon A. Here we go.
This so brown sugar. It's just brown sugar.
Just But there's also a little savory component in there.
Pie filling.
But mainly, yeah, it's sweet and desserty and
There's a little salty.
a little nutty, but...
I take it back. Last round I said that I felt like the Bourbon D was the only one that had like an oily texture to it.
So it's pretty viscous, right?
I think this one's got some.
Yeah.
And it's got that umph at the end. It's got that nice char note.
Yeah.
I don't
Gives you
think
the
we can
hug
count
quickly.
A out.
I wasn't going to.
Well, don't you dare.
I'm not. I shan't.
No, we can pick different ones. It's fine.
Absolutely.
It'll just make it super confusing for them, but that's fine. You guys can follow along. You can read captions. You're smart. It has like a chocolatey finish or cakey or something.
It gets that,
Like chocolate cake.
that syrup note. Yeah, pretty prevalent in there, and it's good. I like it.
This one actually has a plum raisin note that I didn't pick up on before, and
Could it be a rum raisin?
maybe you said cinnamon last time. I think
did.
or maybe I said clove. I can't remember what we said the
You
first
said
round.
clove.
But I see you you had a syrupy comment about this one too.
I did, along with the last one. This one on the nose of any of them, I think, has a slight mustiness.
Huh.
A little closed in, a box a little too long.
Oh, not in the good way of like a vintagey mustiness.
Right.
See, I kind of like it.
I mean, I like it too, but I'm picking that note up.
It smells
Just saying.
distinguished.
Distinguished.
A touch of gray.
Yes. Bourbon B, touch of gray.
I think last time you also said black cherry.
Uh-huh.
With this one, or like a dark cherry.
Chocolate cherry.
Chocolate-covered cherry.
Chocolate cherry.
Cha-cha-cha-cha.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm definitely getting more of the raisin and plum now. But they do chocolate-covered raisins. That's the thing.
Sure.
That's what I'm getting.
I don't know why it's a thing, but it's a thing.
What's that called again? I don't remember what they're called. Raisinets.
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 Of
It's
course.
raisinets.
That's a first.
You know what?
Huh.
I like raisinets. I don't care what you tell me. That's probably, if I had to get a candy at the movie theater, that would be my candy of choice.
Of course, raisins would be your candy of choice. It's not really candy.
A raisinette is candy.
They're trying to candy it up by putting chocolate on it, but at the heart of it, it's fruit.
I'm getting a nose this time.
But what is it?
I don't know.
Coconut. Did we say coconut the first time?
That was on D.
Really? I'm getting a little coconut on this one now. Or it's more like coconut flavored. It's like a snow cap.
A snow cap isn't coconut.
What are those little baseball looking things that have the coconut shavings on them?
Snowball.
Snowball. Okay. It's sweet, it's sugary, but there's like a coconut, almost like if someone's putting on suntan lotion and you get that whiff.
Huh.
Not to make it sound gross, but
No, but it has a little bit of a, like, it kind of reminds me of when we put tiki bitters and stuff. It has like
Yeah,
a little bit
tropical.
of a tropical essence. Interesting. Tastes good.
mm-hmm.
The finish is over super quickly.
Yeah, it is.
I like it. It ends on a, like, unsalted almond note.
I mean, it's sort of sweet. Sort of ends on a sweet note for me.
I feel like it's probably the thinnest of the ones that we've tried.
Potentially the lowest proof
Potentially.
of the four.
It tastes good. I really like it. Again, like I said the first time, I would be happy to get, if this was on an open bar at a wedding or something, like
All night.
I would drink pours of this
Fine.
until my heart's desire was fulfilled. I don't know. But out of these others, I think it doesn't have the longest finish. It's not super textural. Doesn't have so many layers of flavor. It's not my dream date.
You know what I'm getting?
What?
When your cherry icy starts to melt and you're just kind of smelling more of the syrup kind of come up through the cup.
Not a cherry icy person, so I
Or cherry
believe that you believe.
cherry squishy
A squishy.
if you're from Springfield.
I still get coconut almond chocolate.
But now I'm getting more of sort of like an artificial flavoring
Artificial
of a cherry.
cherry.
Yeah.
I could see artificial cherry.
Well, slushy is not real cherry, so obviously it's artificial. The palate doesn't really reflect the nose.
Not at all. Except for the coconut, almond, and chocolate.
So, except like half the things we said.
It doesn't come across fruity, I don't think.
Maybe am I getting that cherry note on the end, but only on the finish.
It's seasonally rich. I like it. It's like the right amount of like delicate and really rich.
This packs a little bit more of a punch than C.
Agreed.
And I
It
guess
hangs around for a lot longer.
when we start A/B testing, we'll see if it.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see how it shakes out.
But yeah, it does have more of a kick, and it does hang around a lot more than C. We'll see it on the others when we A/B test.
It's the first one I've noticed that's giving me a hug.
What? No, I got a hug on A first round.
I have not commented on it up until this point.
Well, you haven't, but you're saying you have not been hugged until now?
I usually am pretty vocal about when I'm being hugged.
Woo!
All right, I want to test.
All right. This is the part where we'll
Begin.
leave you. We're going to start A/B testing these, drinking things back to back that we didn't have back to back before. And then when you see us again, it'll be for results time. See you then. All right, we did it. We have our results, which means it is...
Results time.
Okay, you know how we do. We start at 4th place and work our way up.
That's right.
So Sarah, I put C in 4th place.
I also did that.
Good start. All right, in 4th place, Bourbon C is... Larceny.
Larceny.
That's kind of in round 1 what I was thinking.
If I had one guess, it would have been that C was Larceny. I would be pleased to drink it all night.
Absolutely. It's, it's a 92 proofer, the lowest proof of this flight, and it's a wheater up against some 100 proof, higher rye packing fools, I don't know. It's whatever.
Yeah, I think the lower proof, the wheated mash bill, and it's it's $22, $23. Yeah. Still a great pour for this category.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay, third place, Sarah.
Third place, I put B in third.
As did I.
All right.
Cool. All right, for third place, letter B is...
Intriguing.
J.T.S. Brown.
Beat Larceny.
Wow, that is the bottom shelf people's champion, Sarah.
Yeah, people are now, I can feel the comments rolling in of, why? Why would you tell about J.T.S. Brown? Now it's going to be gone. I'm never going to be able to get it. They're
you
going to
didn't
raise the
shut
price.
up about Evan Williams, Bottled and Bond. Now you're talking about J.T.S. Brown, Bottled and Bond.
Sorry.
Happens. Cool. Well, first and second place are where we are at.
A and D. It's between A and D.
We do first place.
Yes.
Just to rip
Not
off that
spoil it.
Band-Aid.
Yeah.
So, what'd you put in first place?
It was tough. I went back and forth a lot. I put A, actually, which is surprising after all of the love I gave D in rounds 1 and 2.
I did a little sigh because that's what I put as well.
Oh,
so
good.
that means we are sending the same one on to the final. First place in the final of the semifinals, the 4th bourbon advancing to the $6,430 is Knob Creek Small Batch.
But is anyone surprised that we put a Jim Beam and a Heaven Hill?
Well, not just that, Sarah. Yeah, which makes second place the Elijah Craig Small Batch.
Correct.
Which is, a 94 proofer up against a couple Bottled and Bond, or not. Well, sorry, Jim Beam's not Bottled and Bond, but it is 100 proof. That's great. That speaks to the quality of a good solid 94 proofer. But
yeah, I think it came down to quality.
Yes.
I think that we had a strong finish on both of them, a depth of flavor,
yeah,
great noses. They both had a lot going for them. I would be happy to drink either one.
That means, folks, coming up in the finals. Finally
the finals.
In this flight fight that we started in 2019.
Only 1 year in the making. We recognize.
Blind flight for the championships will be, here, I'll read one, you read one.
Okay, you read yours.
David Nicholson, 1843.
Same.
Yeah, same. Evan Williams, Small Batch.
Buffalo Trace.
That's the one where we differ. Evan Williams, Bottled in Bond.
Same.
And then Knob Creek Small Batch.
What?
Same.
I would be up for doing all 5, but that would make it really hard.
That would make it tough.
That would make it really tough.
And more Glencairns to wash.
Oh, yeah, so let's not. Let's skip it.
We will see you guys soon in the finals to figure out what is, and I really hope we agree, but it might not happen, what is the best bourbon under $64, under $30 out of those 64. Cool.
It's a lot.
Well, if you haven't subscribed already, you can click right up here to do so. There's also suggestions of other videos that you can click on down here. We'll see you over there in those. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Chad.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Until next time, drink more bourbon.